Hello everyone, this is Rithun from CKF, and today I'll be going over USACO 2018 December Contest Bronze Problem 1 Mixing Milk. Let's first start off by reading the question. Farming is a competitive business, particularly milk production. Farmer John figures that if he doesn't innovate in his milk production methods, his dairy business could get creamed. Unfortunately, Farmer John has a good idea. His three prized dairy cows, Bessie, Elsie, and Mildred, each produce milk with a slightly different taste, and he plans to mix these cows together to get the perfect blend of flavors. To mix the three different milks, he takes 3 buckets containing milk from 3 cows. The buckets may have different sizes and may not be completely full. He then pours bucket 1 into bucket 2, then bucket 2 into bucket 3, then bucket 3 into bucket 1, and it keeps going in the cycle fashion for a total of 100 operations. So the 100th pour would be from bucket 1 into bucket 2. When Farmer John pours from bucket A into bucket B, he pours as much milk as possible until either bucket A becomes empty or bucket B becomes full. Please tell Farmer John how much milk will be in each bucket after he finishes all 100 pours. Let's look at the input format. The first line of input file contains 2 space integers, the capacity C1 of the first bucket and the amount of milk M1 in the first bucket. Both C1 and M1 are positive and at most 1 billion, with C1 greater than M1. The second and third lines are similar, containing the capacities and milk amounts for the second and third buckets. Output format. Please print 3 lines of output, giving the final amount of milk in each bucket after 100 pour operations. So this will be the limit size of the bucket, and this will be the current amount of milk in the bucket, and this is for the 3 cows. And after 100 operations, we'll print out the amount of milk in each bucket for the output. Let's look at how this problem is done. First, as you can see, there's 3, 4, 5. After pour 1, we pour all of 3 into 4 because the maximum capacity is 11 and there is space. Then we pour all of 7 into 5 because the maximum capacity is 12 and 7 could go into 5. Here, since the maximum capacity is only 10, we could only take away 10 from the third bucket, and the cycle keeps going and going. Now let's see how I did this code. First, I imported scanner so I could get the input formats. Then I made the scanner, made as input, and I made capacity and milk into 2 separate int arrays of the length 3 because there's 3 cows. Then I set up the values for capacity and milk by looping over 3 times, and first I got in phrase and capacity as the first integer and milk as the second integer. Next, I made a loop that goes over 100 times because, as you can see here, it says there's 100 operations, and from will be representing the value from which we pour from, and 2 will be representing the value to the bucket we pour into. And it's I mod 3 because, for example, if it's the first run, it'll be 0, 0 mod 3 is 0, and from 2, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 mod 3 is bucket 1. And after like the second operation, so for the second one, 2 mod 3 is 2, and 2 plus 1 mod 3 is 0, and so 2 will be representing the third bucket, and 0 will be representing the first bucket. Then the amount of pour will be the minimum value of milk from, or capacity 2 minus milk 2. So we'll be taking our how much milk we get from the bucket, or we could see how much capacity we could put into the second bucket. And then it'll take the minimum value because we want the least possible value in order to pour into the bucket. After that, we will take away the milk from the first bucket or the second bucket you're taking from, and we'll add the amount into the bucket we're trying to pour into. and finally I have a loop to print out 3 buckets. That'll be it for today. Please check out our backlogs for previous codes, and I'll see you in the next video.